What's up? This is Sarah Joelle coming to you live from the fantastic Majestic Theater in Ventura. I'm here with Corey from Trivium. How's the tour going?
It's been awesome. You know, we almost done, probably like 3/4 the way through it, and it's been great. Get to play a lot of places we haven't like actually fully headlined before, and so it's been a lot of fun to kind of come back to some places on, especially tonight. We haven't played in Ventura or this theater since like 2004 on one of our very first tours. So it's cool to get back to some of the places we haven't been, and over the years we picked up some new fans, especially in the States. We haven't really done. We only did like one full headlining tour, so there's a lot of fans that have been waiting to see us play for more than like a 30-minute support slot.
With bated breath.
So it's been a lot of fun, and the crowd's been really stoked and energetic, and it's been a lot of fun to kind of get back out and do our own tour again.
Do you prefer the headlining, or do you prefer doing the festival tours? You've done stuff with Megadeth and Slayer and Maiden.
Like Mayhem kind of.
Yeah.
Tour. Those are fun just because it's it's a lot of people, and usually a lot of bands that you've done tours with, and and it's just a big. You only play for like 30 minutes, so there's not like a very grueling schedule to play. And then you do a lot of other fun things like signings and everything, and those are a lot of fun. But I think I think what makes it so much fun is like just a summer thing. So it's like just kind of like a few weeks where you just kind of like summer vacation kind of tour, and then now going back into this, it's a lot of fun. Just getting back to playing indoors kind of has a cool like the metal vibe instead of like the sun right in your face or something. So we're enjoying it being back in here, and it took us a few days to kind of get used to it, going from playing for 30 minutes to like 90 and like raging out for that whole time. And you get tired, and
a lot of whiplash.
The first week or so, it'd be like after we're done playing, we'd take a shower, and then like an hour after we're done playing, like everyone would be in bed because we'd be so tired. But we've gotten our stamina and endurance up that we can make it through the whole thing without dying.
Who's the biggest partier in the band?
Usually I am, but it's been kind of a mellow tour so far. But I think it's last night it picked up to the usual bus party, dance parties like on Mayhem. So it's a lot of there's not really. A lot of the shows, there's been such long drives that a lot of the other bands, like, they're driving themselves in vans and stuff. So usually by the time we're done, it's so late that they take off to get a head start. So now that we've gotten to the section of the tour where the drives aren't so far apart that everyone can kind of hang out and get together and finally hang out. So it's been starting to pick up in the after show fun factor.
Right on. What bands are you listening to right now? Who's influencing your sound?
There's definitely, I don't really say there's too many. I don't really listen to music to get ideas to write from, but in that sense. But it's definitely stuff I've been listening to, for a show to get pumped up or whatever. I know there's something. Why did I just go blank? The new Megadeth I've been listening to a lot since I got a copy of that. Picked up all the super metal fans would probably think this is kind of cheap, but I really like Breaking Benjamin, so I got their new record.
Right on, yeah.
So that's fun, just more
mellow rock,
chill out too, but catchy. And probably the record to get really, if I'm on the bus or whatever, I crank to get really pumped up is I'll put on like an As I Lay Dying album or something like that, because they're pretty intense, gets you all juiced up.
Very brutal. All right, and finally, on that note, why do you think, I'm a metalhead, you're a metalhead, why do you think people are drawn to metal? What is it about it?
I think a lot of people kind of like the way the people that are like die hard into it and like lifelong fans is like when you're younger and you hear it for the first time, you don't know what it is, but it just hits you like, that is cool, or that's what I like. Like, you've never heard it before, but as soon as you hear it, you're like, that's what I've been waiting to hear. And I heard growing up, like, I'd hear parents playing music around the house or hear stuff on the radio, and you're like, whatever, I know that song. But then once you hear like a metal tune, you're just kind of like, wow. It's like, you get totally like mesmerized by the sound. Like, you're just like, what is that? And it just draws you in. And then I know a lot of people, you don't hear a lot of it on radio or anything like that. So when I was younger, I'd just scour the internet or go to CD stores and go like in the metal section, and I'd buy records just because the album cover looked cool. So,
sick graphics.
I would, it's just a whole package. It's just got like a vibe to it, a sound, and intensity and aggression that doesn't really come across in any other form of music. So, you don't have to be the angry, pissed off teen to enjoy it. You just like just kind of cool sound that I just always got drawn to. Just the guitars and the drumming. It was just cool shit. So.
Do you remember the first thing you heard that turned you on to metal? Mine was Master of Puppets. So.
The first thing that I got kind of drawn into the whole getting sucked into the realm, my gateway was Guns N' Roses.
Appetite?
No, it was actually right around the time, I guess, the Use Your Illusion stuff came out, or maybe a little after that, because my mom bought Use Your Illusions 2, because I guess the story I think I remember is her friend was like, dude, you got to check out this record. My mom bought it, and she never really liked it, and I just kind of saw it laying around, and I just saw the cover, and I was like, that looks interesting, and I looked on the back of it, and when I was like really young, I was really into like WWF wrestling, and on that record it said "Get in the Ring." I'm like, it must be about wrestling or something. So I kind of listened to it because of the title, and then I was just like, wow, this is really cool. And pretty much Guns N' Roses is the only thing I listened to for like years. That's the only thing I knew about. So all I had was every Guns N' Roses record, and I just listened to that. And I had like all the live TV or VHSs at that time, and I just use a tennis racket and fucking air guitar and slash stuff, and then Guns N' Roses kind of introduced me, or like I heard the name through that. So I heard Metallica, and then I checked that out, and that was like really my like metal, because it's like when I heard Guns N' Roses kind of had like the more old school like blues influence, kind of classic rock, but more amped up, and then once I heard Metallica and that style of riffing and everything, I'm like, that's the shit I like. So, and then it just kind of went from there, and I just kind of started finding out bands from this, obviously checking any kind of Metallica history, you'll hear about Slayer, Megadeth, and then it just kind of keeps going, and the next thing you know, you got like 800 CDs in your collection of all different kinds of metal.
Sounds very familiar. And on that note, this is Sarah Joelle. Have a good night.